Hey guys, what it is, what it always is. Third attempt at the video today. You see, it's been pretty crazy, Rebecca. So I want to get to 3 different things, so let's bust it down. Number 1, Rebecca, we were talking about my blood pressure. I have one of those little cuff things you pop on there and you push a button and it takes it. Now, your boy has a thing called white coat syndrome, which I stated. I developed it when I was applying for a job with a company, driving a big giant delivery truck, taking dairy products around and selling door to door. I had to have a physical card to do this particular job. And when I went in and got my blood pressure checked for it, I measured out at 136 systolic. You can only be 130. So she said, I will tell you what, sir, I will give you the card today, but you must come back within 3 months, and that darn blood pressure better be under 130, or I'm going to have to go ahead and take that card, which means Mikey has no more job. So this was about 6 years ago, and I have developed a major phobia about my blood pressure ever since, to the point where I cannot even take it at home anymore without worrying about it. I was 150 yesterday. So I think part white coat, but I think also maybe my blood pressure is getting a little high. So that's why I was looking into that drug. Okay, our world shifted. I told you I was going to tell a quick story today about near-death experience. You see, I used to live in Park City, and I had to go down. I'm going to switch hands. Hands getting tired. I had to go down. Oh, by the way, word to the Mountain Dew. This is mostly ice, just so you know. So I had to drive down to Salt Lake for my job. And if any of you are wondering about Park City, they did a lot of the events for the Salt Lake City 2002 Olympic Games up there. In fact, I got to meet Katie Couric, Matt Lauer, and a bunch of famous people while there. So, I had to go down. It's a very windy road down the canyon to get to Salt Lake. And I'm cruising along and I come up on a guy that's going a little slower than me, and I'm in the lane next to the fast lane. And I have to make a split decision. Do I want to stay behind the guy and slow up, or do I want to go into the fast lane really quick? In that split second, I thought, okay, I'm going to go slower because I didn't get a good chance to look over here, which saved my life. You see, near-death experience. How? The second after I would have gone into that lane, a Ford F-350 shot by me. Woo! At 100 miles an hour in the fast lane. Went so fast my car shook. Scared the crap out of me. I almost had a panic attack. 5 seconds later, shoo! Highway patrol truck shoots by me. Car shakes. Mikey goes, you know what? I'm going to go into a slower lane and try to get some composure and figure out if I have an extra pair of shorts in the back. So I continue on down the road, get about 1.5 miles down the road, look off to my right, and see the black F-350 here, the white highway patrol truck here, and in the middle, a cop with his foot on the guy's head with his gun pointed at the guy's head. So I'm guessing he probably stole that particular vehicle. Scared Mikey to death. You see, he'd have been dead if he would have made that quick move. Because somebody hitting you from 100 plus miles an hour from the back, when you're going about 70, ain't going to turn out good. Okay, story time from the mission. Okay, today's story, guys, funny story today. Like, I want to kind of mix this up into, different categories. So, the same elder from yesterday's story in the projects, I decided to call him Elder Numbnuts. Okay, so me and him go to a member's house to have dinner. Now these members, when they're putting out the spread for the missionaries, you have to realize some of them are so poor that putting out that spread may cost them some food. So we took it very seriously. Okay, 8 things out there I would never eat at home, I'm telling you guys right now. One thing called scrapple. Looked like dog food with hair in it. Tasted terrible. But I found if I put a bunch of ketchup on it, I could choke it down. So we go to this member's house, and he had us over about every 2 weeks or so. He was single, his wife had died. He had his daughter, who was a Jehovah's Witness, by the way, which is really interesting, make the food for our meals. He couldn't eat with us because he's diabetic, so it was very interesting. With most families, you knock on the door, you go in, you all go to the table, you sit and chat and have a good meal together. With him, we went into the kitchen, sat at the table, and ate by ourselves while he brought the food in. So this particular afternoon, we head on over, and the brother starts bringing the food out. He brings out the fried chicken first, which is wonderful. Brings out the potatoes next. Brings out the corn next. Brings out the bread next. Great, right? Awesome meal. Let me tell you what made it so funny. See, that chicken he brings out is about 25 pieces of chicken in a bowl about so big. And we're talking breast sizes, not drumstick sizes. Remember, there's 2 of us. The potatoes come out in a giant bowl. Not so big. The corn comes out in a bowl about so big. And a loaf of bread with our glasses about this tall, filled to the brim with milk. So, me and the companion, the brother leaves, and me and the companion are faced with quite the daunting task. You see, 2 people eat that much food, if you can imagine. We looked at each other, and I said, Elder Numbnuts, we better at least just try to make a dent in the food. He agreed. So over about 45 minutes, we're sitting there trying to choke this down. We get down about 8 pieces of chicken each, about a third of the potatoes, about a third of the corn, and about 5 pieces of bread each. So we're ready to explode when he comes back in and says, "Are you done, elders?" We looked at him and said, "Yes, brother, thank you so much for the meal." He said, "Au contraire, we are not done yet." Me and my companion looked at each other like we could be rolled out of this room right now. So this is the best part of the story. So he goes to the kitchen and he returns with a full pumpkin pie, which was about so big. He sets that pumpkin pie out down on the table, takes out a knife and proceeds to cut it into 4 pieces. He puts a piece on one plate and then another piece on another. Me and my companion are about to start crying. He goes back to the kitchen, returns with a tub of Cool Whip. He takes that darn tub of Cool Whip, opens it up, it's brand new, cuts a line down the center, and you guessed it, takes a fork and plops 2 pieces out, 1 on each quarter pie. Me and my companion could not help but look at each other and smile. So the brother leaves the room, and we're thinking, what in the crap are we going to do with this? So we get about a third of the way through the pie, and Elder Numbnuts looks at your boy and goes, "Elder Mikey, I'm going to puke." And I said, "No, you're not. Eat your freaking pie and like it." So he said, "I'm serious, I'm going to puke." I said, "We'll drink a little water, maybe it'll make you feel better." He said, Elder Mikey, if I drink some water, I will surely puke. I said, well, give it a try then, I dare you. So he takes his cup. It is now filled with water because the milk was too thick and it was gone. Takes a little drink and says, oh crap, I'm going to puke. I said, you better run for it. So he goes running in to the bathroom, comes back a couple of minutes later and says, Elder Mikey, let's say thank you for the wonderful Thanksgiving type meal and let's get the crap out of here. And I said, I agree. Will you please roll me out the door? We made our way home. Actually, I think he drove us home. And then we laid in bed for a couple hours under our guts. Anyway, it was pretty crazy. And I'm not kidding you guys when that Cool Whip came out. We just looked at each other like, oh man, no. Anyway, I hope you guys liked it. I hope you liked a little lighter story today. I hope it was enjoyable. I hope you can imagine yourself sitting there trying to put down all that food. Please like. Please comment. Let me know how you could have thrown that down. I will talk to you guys later. I hope you're all well. I hope Harley's doing good, Rebecca. Gonna drink some beer. Take care, y'all. Talk to you later. Bye.